Hello everybody, I am back, Gen X Gamer here with more Tower Simulator 3. Today we have a special treat. The newly released Just Flight Traffic is out. It came out yesterday and I wanted to do a first look, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. I've already got it in there. You can see our airport database is Just Flight Global and airplane set is Just Flight. We're going to head over to Rhode Island and spend a little time doing a little ATC and looking at some of these planes. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, shall we? All right, everybody, we are at Providence. We're going to select runway 23 for our arrivals and we'll take off from there. I'm just going to keep things really basic today since this is more about a first look at Just Flight Traffic. We'll go ahead and hop over here to the ADR so we can see JetBlue 1287 is ready for pushback. I'm just going to go ahead and unpause it. And we'll go ahead and push this one back and we'll start taking a look at these aircraft. JetBlue 1287, pushback approved, expect runway 23.
Pushback approved, expect runway 23. JetBlue 1287.
All right, so we got JetBlue 1287s and Embraer 190. Let's go ahead and head on down there and take a look at her. Now I'm already noticing something right off the bat here, and that is we actually have registration numbers for the planes. November 247 Juliet Bravo. And I'm also noticing more detail, like at the door. We'll take a look here once they stop. I'm noticing just more details on the doors themselves. We'll start from the front here. Let's just start right from the front. Blue is so you, but look, it even says exit on the door. There's other little graphics on the door. You go towards the nose. There is also graphics here at the nose. So I'm noticing just more detail, even down here on the underbelly. There's more detail. And something else I'm noticing, look at this. You can see through the windows of the cockpit now. So that is pretty cool. We also have a registration number here on the doors, the bay doors for the landing gear, 247. There's more detail here in the center. Red line running underneath. There's more detail here by the cargo doors. Another thing I'm noticing is it looks like rivets. Wow. That is pretty cool. Like the panels, you can actually see the rivets. I don't think we could see that on the Urges design models. And yep, even more detail here on the engines. The exit doors there. And again, the registration number, Embraer 90 also. And more detail here with the back door. And look at that. Even more details here on the trim, for the trim of the aircraft. Whoops, I went inside the building. That's kind of a cool shot. Okay, we'll get back out of the tinted window. That is pretty cool. Just my observations. And to look at the front of the aircraft to me, honestly, looks better. Now, they said they did things to make the lighting really good. Of course, we can't really see it here during the day. Other things like, obviously, retractable landing gear, the fan blades for the engines, and also your speed brakes when they come up when you land, and then also your full flaps. So it's pretty detailed. Pretty detailed. All right, we'll go back up here to our camera view, and then let's go ahead and give this one some instructions. Let me set up another window here. It'll make it easier for me on this other monitor. And we'll go ahead and get this aircraft moving to runway 23, which is just behind it there. JetBlue 1287, taxi to runway 23.
Taxi to runway 23, JetBlue 1287.
Now, I don't think there are any changes with the engine sounds, but even the front landing gear looks better to me. Obviously, the wheels do not turn. The front wheel does not turn, so that's the same as all the other models that we've ever seen. I imagine there's an enormous amount of work that would have to be done to make that happen. But boy, it definitely looks more detailed to me. And then also you have, let's see, there's just your little fins underneath and on top. That's pretty cool. Here's a look from behind. Again, this is an Embraer 190. And you can also see that the flaps are configured for takeoff. So I noticed that too right away here. Let's go ahead and get her out on the runway. JetBlue 1287, taxi to runway 23, line up and wait.
Command requirement missing. JetBlue 1287.
JetBlue 1287, runway 23, line up and wait. I don't know why I said it that way.
23, line up and wait. JetBlue 1287.
We'll have to do an episode at night and see what these look like at night. Boy, it just looks really good. That just looks really, really good. I do wish that the wheels actually turned and actually you could see the
Tower, Southwest 1373 on final T3.
wish you could actually see the rims of these wheels turn, but you can't have everything. But they did a good job on this model for sure. Let's go ahead and get her rolling and we'll check her out as she retracts the landing gear. Ooh, it's got a nice rumble. JetBlue 1287, runway 23, clear for takeoff. Now, I don't think they did any changes to the audio, but I could be wrong. We'll scoot over here and listen to her go by. Now, the other thing that they said was that you shouldn't take a frame rate hit with this. Your frame rate should still be really high. Go ahead and chase this plane. Just kind of chase her here and watch the gear. Yep, there it goes. So that's working. For whatever reason at this airport, I've always had some frame rate issues, and I've got a decent computer. And there's, I don't know, Tower Simulator 3 for me, I've always had some frame rate stuff. Regardless. JetBlue 1287, turn right, heading 300, contact departure.
Providence
there they
departure
go.
on 123.67, JetBlue 1287.
All right, we got a Southwest that's coming in, Southwest 1373. Let's go ahead and we'll head back over here. We'll watch this one come in. Southwest 1373, radar contact, continue approach. Runway 23, clear to land.
Roger, runway 23, cleared to land, Southwest 1373.
Yeah, so that's been one of the things that I know. There's been one or two people that I've heard talk about this, and they've mentioned the details. Just the detailing of the skins of these aircraft are really good. And I would agree with that, seeing it up close and personal now. So that's pretty cool. Just Flight coming out with this. I believe right now it retails for $29.99 on either Steam, or if you use the Field Air portal, it is on the Field Air portal. It's a very easy, quick install, and that's just a matter of selecting it, just like you would select Yurgi's designs in the menu. There's supposed to be roughly, I believe it was 53 particular models and variations. And then I think over 900 liveries currently. And I'm sure they're going to add to it and all that stuff. But that would be my assumption. All right, this Southwest coming in is a 737-800. And we'll take a look at this one when it lands. And I actually have a photo of the Yurgi's design one, so we can kind of compare those. And it would be a 737-800. All right, here they come in. Oh, look at that. Nice controlled landing. Huh, that looked really good. You know, I don't know if that's changed or not. You know, how that looks. Not sure. But we get behind it, you can see the flaps and slats operating properly here. I didn't get a good look at the reverse thrusters. So we'll have to check the reverse thrusters on the next one coming in. Very nice. Southwest 1373 taxi to ramp via Tango.
Taxi to ramp via Tango, Southwest 1373.
But definitely more detail with this jet also. Definitely see it on the doors. Also has the reg number in the rear. We'll take a closer look once it parks. Yeah, so I was excited to see what these were going to look like. And again, you could see right through the cockpit window as the buildings in the background there. That's pretty cool. I think the nose of these aircraft that I've seen so far look more realistic than Yurgi's. And you can even see the rivets on this jet too. Pretty cool. We'll follow her on in. There's a look from behind. Yeah, the fuselage looks good. Wow. It just looks really good to me. I don't know, tell me what you guys think. This looks well sculpted. The ailerons look good. I mean, it all just looks good. Oh, look at the wheel, the blue wheel. That's kind of cool. Should be turning here after just a couple more gates. But boy, I don't know, it looks good to me. Looks good to me. Yeah, let me know what you all think. And like I said, I'm gonna show a comparative picture.
Providence Ground, Southwest 1161 with information India. Requesting push and start.
That I have taken of a 737-800. With Yurgi. And by no means is that any shade to Yurgi's, because they have been just a great contributor to the Tower Sim 3 community with their models too. So this just looks like an upgrade. All right, so here is a picture of a 737-800. This was Yurgi's design, and I'm just going to let it sit here for a minute so you can get a mental picture of that. And then you'll be able to see the differences in our current video. It just looks like an upgrade. Okay, we'll go ahead and just get a free camera here. Just kind of zoom in a little bit. It's just very detailed. You could see the lines. You could see where the rivets are. Look at that. I mean, all throughout the whole thing. That's just very realistic. All the rivets, you know, around the panels. Yeah, it just looks really good. Huh. Okay. I mean, that's the 737-800 there. And let me swing around to the other side so you guys can just see it without the jetway in the way there. Yep, all the details, how to open the door for the cargo bay. Yeah, she looks really good. All right, we got another Southwest to push back. Let's fly over here. Oh, here's is that an A319, I believe? Looks like an American A319. And I think it's this one here's the one that needs pushback.
Tower, Southwest 717 on final 23.
Southwest 1161. I believe that's this one. Southwest 1161, pushback approved, expect runway 23. Southwest 1161, pushback approved, expect runway 23.
Pushback approved, expect runway 23, Southwest 1161.
Yeah, this one is a 737-700. And this one here is a 737-700. And you can compare that to the other 737-700 in the video. That's what this one is. And so the registration on this one is November 870 Quebec. Oops, got into the building here. Just kind of wanted to see the fan blades. So that's cool. And I'm sure there's subtle differences to those animations compared to the Yurgis. I mean, just look at that, where the sun is reflecting on the actual panels. You could see the rivets. I just think that's just cool. Look at that. Man. Looks really good. 737-700. What I'm curious to know is, are all 737-700s in the Southwest livery going to have the exact same reg number? I imagine that might be how they had to do it. Same thing with the 737-800. But we'll see. We have a 737-700 that's coming in right now. And I'm curious to see if they will have this registration, the November 8704 Quebec. Southwest 717, runway 23, cleared to land.
Runway 23, cleared to land.
And then we have a 737-800 coming in after that, which was the plane that just came in. So we'll have to see if that registration's the same too. Southwest 2287, runway 23, cleared to land. Southwest 1161, taxi to runway 23, cross runway 16.
Runway 23, clear to land. Southwest 2287. Taxi to runway 23, cross runway 16. Southwest 1161.
All right, so they are taxiing. And I'm just writing these registration numbers down really quick, just to see if that is the case, out of mere curiosity. And then this is for the 800 series, November 8654 Bravo. Because I imagine it would be a massive undertaking to change those all for every plane in that particular model. And we'll find out. All right, let's go ahead and head over. We got that Southwest coming in. The 737-700. So that one coming in would be November 8704 Quebec, if that's how it had to be done. So we'll see. Yeah, what's crazy is my frame rates are high, but yet I still, at some airports, get the jitters, and I just don't know why. And it might just be the sim itself, but I know other people have said the same thing, and they even have better computers than me. But all right, let's take a look at this one. November 486 Whiskey November. So it is a different one. So that's interesting. It is a different one. So that is pretty cool. And again, that's a 737-700. Southwest 717, taxi to ramp via Tango. Victor 717. Yeah, I don't want him to do that. Southwest 717, taxi to ramp via Tango. Victor, cross runway 16.
Taxi to ramp via Tango. Southwest 717.
All right, so let's see with the 800 that's coming in.
Southwest 717.
Let's see what the serial number is on that one. Yeah, talk about spur of the moment. I wasn't even thinking about this. Southwest 1161, runway 23, line up and wait. Southwest 1137, runway 23, clear to land.
Runway 23, line up and wait. Southwest 1161.
Runway 23, cleared to land. Southwest 1137.
All right, so let's see this one here. Now this one here, it is the same. So 737-800. It is November 8654 Bravo. And November 8654 Bravo is the one that is currently parked, I do believe. Southwest 2287, taxi to ramp. All right, so we'll fly over there really quick.
Taxi to ramp. Southwest 2287.
And it's going to be this one. Yep. So it's the same one. So they may have, I don't know, they may have several of them that they toggle between maybe. But there it is, November 8654 Bravo. So that kind of answers that. Some are different, some are the same. But regardless, it's super cool to have serial numbers on these jets. All right, we better get this other one out of here because we got this one coming in, don't we? Southwest 1161, wind is calm, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Runway 23, clear for takeoff. Southwest 1161.
All right, so we'll fly out here, say goodbye to this one. And right here is where I wish you'd get more of the rumble. You know, you get to the side of the plane and to the back of the plane. More of that, you know, the high-pitched whining of the engines. You hear the thrust out the rear. That's just a little thing with me that I wish Tower Simulator 3 would have implemented. And I don't know if that's done. If that can be changed with these, you know, airline packs, or if it has to stay the same, I have no clue on that. It's just a wish list thing.
American 426 with information, India. Requesting push and start.
Some of you people are smarter than me with that. You would know. You'd be like, oh yeah, it's this. If you know, let me know. But it would be nice to have some alternate sounds. Southwest 1161, contact departure. Just to make it...
Providence departure on 123.67, Southwest 1161.
Just to make it a little more realistic. But it's not like egregiously bad or anything.
Providence ground, American 1650 with information, India. Requesting push and start.
And maybe that has nothing to do with these flight packs, you know. Yeah, this just looks cool. The detail with that door. Oh, and the detail on the wings, okay. Look at that. I didn't even catch that. Jet fuel. There's a little pod that you connect it to.
Ground, American 5335 with information, India. Requesting push and start.
All right, details here for if people have to exit off the wing. That is cool. And then up top, you've got the little shark fins, if you will. The light on the top. So there's actually a light on the top. That is cool. Let's go underneath. Southwest 1137 taxi to ramp. American 426, pushback approved. Expect runway 23.
Taxi to ramp. Southwest 1137.
And for the heck of it, let's go.
Expect runway 23.
And look at that,
American
light
426.
underneath too. I don't know that if the other models had that. I thought it was just a flashing light that would appear when it would flash. Have to look into that too. And I like how everything doesn't look brand new. Looks like it has some wear, like the landing gear. Okay, they're pushing back. Pretty neat. I wish Tower Simulator 3, here's my other thing with when it comes to Tower Simulator 3. I wish we could get more realistic pushback trucks. And they don't look so 3D-ish. Because everything else looks so good. Those pushback trucks are just old generation. They looked similar in Tower 3D Pro. That would be one request in an update, would be to have those swapped out. And maybe a few different variations, a couple different, doesn't have to be crazy, but maybe 2 or 3 different variations of pushback trucks, you know, tow vehicles. American 1650, pushback approved, expect runway 23. American 5335, pushback approved, expect runway 23. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this.
Expect runway 23. American 1650.
I'm trying to kind of take my time through it a little bit here.
American 5335.
American 426, taxi to runway 23, cross runway 16.
Taxi to runway 23. Cross
Southwest
runway
717, cross runway 16.
Cross runway 16. Southwest 717.
Well, I like the curvature of the front of the engine on this too. I don't know if we had that in the other models. You see it from the side view. Just kind of curious. Let me know if you guys notice this. But when you look directly on from the side view, it looks like you have a nice curvature to the engine right there. All right, that looks pretty cool. Let's go over here. We got some other ones pushed back.
American 1650 ready for taxi.
All right, American 1650 is an A319, and then we also have an American Eagle here, which is a CRJ 900. And look at that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it has age to it. Does it not?
Providence route. American 5335 ready to taxi.
It's already configured for takeoff. You can see through the the window. Look at the detail. Very nice. And again, you could see the rivets. You can actually see the panels, but you step away just like you would normally on a jet, be away from it, and you can't really see them as well. Pretty cool. The detail again on the wings. Wow. The engines, I mean, They look like they've had some use, don't they? They don't look just brand new. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the CRJ? CRJ 900. All right, let's go ahead and roll her here. I just want to look at the gear quick. Whoop. Got a little crazy. I don't know. It just looks so good to me. Who would have ever thought we would have jets that look this good in Tower Simulator 3? I didn't think they would look this good. All right, and here is one of I believe it was an A220 American. Of course, we don't have one to compare to, but you can just kind of see there being less detail compared to the other Americans that we looked at here in the video. This is excellent. Excellent. American 5335, taxi to runway 23, cross runway 16. Just going to give them simple instructions.
Taxi to runway 23, cross runway 16. American 5
American 1650, taxi to runway 23, cross runway 16.
Taxi to runway 23.
I just wanted you guys to have a good look at a few planes here. And I think I'll definitely be rolling with this in episodes, you know, to come. Definitely. Look at the front. Look at the front nose. It just looks so good, guys and gals. Wow. All right, let's head down to near the runway here. We got an American getting ready to take off. Yeah, so we're going to have a flood of Americans taking off. American 426, Findus calling, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Runway 23, clear for takeoff. American 426.
And I think what we'll do is we'll just head down here and just kind of watch from this building here. How about that? We'll watch from right here. Now, I think it just makes the experience even more immersive with the detail. It really does. All right, there they go. Yeah, the sounds to me sound the same. So I don't know what would be involved in changing those, but I just wish there was more of that thrust. Just a little bit deeper. Doesn't have to be crazy, but just a little bit deeper. Especially when you get to the side and to the rear as you transition to the rear of the plane with the camera view. American 5335, runway 23, cleared for takeoff. American 5335, runway 23, cleared for takeoff. There we go.
Runway 23, clear for takeoff. American 5335.
And we'll have to do some ATC at night. I'd like to see what these look like at night. What the lighting looks like. Because they did talk about the lighting being really good, so. American 426, contact departure.
Providence departure on 123.67, American 426.
Yeah, I just think that CRJ looks really good. And I'll be curious with the one that's coming in. It's not going to be here for a little while yet. We got a Delta coming in. I want to see those reverse thrusters. American 1650, runway 23, line up and wait.
Runway 23, line up and wait. American 1650.
Of course, I had to pick a sunny day, you know. Had to be sunny for us to look at these. I definitely didn't want to be doing it in cloudy conditions. So, we'll have this one take off. We got a Delta coming in. We'll wait for that one to come in. And then I think we'll call it. This
Tower, Delta 2023 on final 23.
Delta 2023, runway 23, cleared to land. And then we will call it.
Cleared to land. Delta 2023.
Our first look at just flight traffic. American 1650, wind is calm, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Runway 23, cleared for takeoff. American 1650.
There we go. We'll hop on down here a little further. There's almost like a motion blur too. I don't know what's going on with that. And it has nothing to do with this traffic pack. American 5335, contact departure.
Providence departure on 123.67, American 5335. Good day.
It was like after the last Tower Sim 3 update, I've had this, what almost looks like a motion blur, and I don't know how to get rid of it. American 1650, turn right, heading 300, contact departure.
Negative. Him in the air. American 1650.
American 1650, turn right, heading 300, contact departure.
Providence departure on 123.67, American 1650. Good day.
There they go. All right, so they're about 7 miles out. We'll check the reverse thrusters on that, because that was the one thing I did not check. But I'm sure they have those included too.
Providence Tower, Bravo 210 on final 23.
What is that? Bravi 210, runway 23, cleared to land.
Runway 23, cleared to land. Bravo 210.
I don't see any of these getting ready to take off anytime soon. Maybe that one eventually. All right, what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and speed this up so that we can get this other plane in. I don't want to hold you guys up too long here. So we're going to go ahead and just speed her up. Doot, 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 doot. All right, there we go. Save a little time. Let's head on back out there. And if you guys are still watching this video and you are enjoying this first look at just flight traffic, be sure to hit that like, that bell, that sub. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think of it. I so far am impressed, so I think it's pretty cool. an A320. Here she comes. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves into position here. And it looks like they're open. Let's go down here and see. Yep, it was open. So you could see the red when it slid open. So hopefully you guys caught that. So that was pretty cool. I guess we got one more coming in we can check out. Yeah, so when they slid back, you could actually see the red coloring. If you didn't catch it, you can always go back on the video. Delta 2023, taxi to ramp via Tango.
Taxi to ramp, Tango, Delta 2023.
All right, we'll check out this Brave coming in, and we'll also check that one to see the reverse thrusters on that one. There she is right there. But that's crazy. I had no idea that there was all that detail even on top of the wings like that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, this one's still about 1.5 miles out. Making up ground pretty quick. They call this one Brave, B-R-A-V-I. I think your G's might have called it Moxie. Oh wow, that jet looks sweet. The color on that. Here it comes. You can see the reverse thrusters are open. Still open. Still open. And now they're closed. All right, pretty cool. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this first look at just flight traffic. Again, I think they have it for sale for $29.99, and again, that would be a Steam or the Feel There portal.
Providence Ground, American 5336 with information Juliet, requesting push and start.
So be sure to check that out if you're interested, and of course there's more details there to what they're doing with this project. So hey, this is Bill the Gen X Gamer saying I appreciate you guys checking this video out. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the detail of these aircraft. I think they look pretty doggone good, and it's really made it more immersive.
Southwest 1161 with information Juliet, requesting push and start.
And like I said, the nose of these planes looks more accurate to me. So just my thoughts. All right, I will catch you guys in the next one. This is Bill the Gen X Gamer saying, bye-bye now. Bravi 210, taxi to ramp.